So if you've been in Colorado Springs and you've been renting for any length of time and you're thinking to yourself, man, I really want to own a home, I'm going to be here for the long haul, I might as well build equity, but it just seems like it's out of reach right now. You are not the only one, and there's real data behind that we can actually see now. But I also want to let you know that there is a home builder that's doing something about it. I'm going to talk about it here in a second. First, I want to dive into the median home price. The median's the average of the average, so that means the median home price here is about $540,000. So in order to comfortably afford a $540,000 house, it means that you would have to make right at around $140,000 a year. Now in Colorado Springs, we are a little above average as far as our median household income, which is right at $87,000, but there's still a pretty significant gap. Also, $540,000 house means you have a little less than a $3,500 a month payment. And I can tell you most people do not want a payment that size. The question is, who's trying to solve this and how is it going to work in your favor? There is one builder that is actually on your side with this, and it's Oakwood Homes. They've been getting a lot of attention, including from city leadership. Mayor Yemi was out in an event back in 2025 of November, and they did a launch for something called their Arrival Collection. So their Arrival Collection is pretty straightforward. They have duet style homes, which essentially is a townhome is the best way to think about it, but they're paired in twos. So you're only going to be sharing a wall with one person as opposed to being in a strip of townhomes where if you're in the middle, you may not love that. Now, a question that I think about with all my buyers when I'm helping them is what they can't change. And usually that comes back to location. So these guys are going to be located on the east side of Colorado Springs, which is the Banning-Lewis area. So you're surrounded by a bunch of walking trails, parks, a gym, a lot of access to a lot of things. There's also a pool available too. Now, like most home builders, they're offering incentives. So they have incentives based on either a fixed rate, so you can use it for 30 years. You can also mix and match it, and you can use it to cover your closing costs, because that is usually the biggest barrier for entry for a lot of people is down payment and closing costs. If you can get help with the down payment, or if you can get help with the closing costs, then it just relieves a little bit of stress. There's also statewide programs that'll help you with the down payment, and then you just have to worry about closing costs. I want to jump into who this is really for, because if you are a family of 5 or 6, or you have a lot of kids, this probably will not work for you. But if you are looking for a starter home, if you're looking to get in the game, because the starter home is really just to get you in the game so you can start earning that equity, this makes sense for you. Like I said, duet style home, so it's a townhome. You have a 2-car garage, and you're looking at 2, 3, and 4 bedroom options. They start in the 200s, so right at around 260, and then they're going up from there. But I haven't seen any that are over the 500 range. So they're anywhere from the 260 to 400 range. It makes a lot of sense when you start comparing your payment, especially if you're looking at renting versus buying, and what makes more sense for you to start building equity. And essentially you have your own bank. Now, if you are in the military, this also could make a lot of sense, because you may go somewhere and pay rent for 2 to 3 years. But if you can come here, you can own something. You're probably not too far from base depending on where you're stationed at. And if you have a young family or a growing family, this makes a lot of sense with what's around you. Hey guys, I'm over in the Banning-Lewis area. Oakwood Homes has new construction for under $300,000. So I figured I'd show you guys kind of what it looks like and just some of the incentives they're doing. So this is the exterior. This model specifically has nothing in front of it. I had to mute it because I had to mute the volume and do a recording over it just because it was so windy. You wouldn't be able to hear anything, but there's nothing in front of you. That's what I'm pointing to right there. And then I'm going to go back this way, and then I'm going to show you a model that's actually finished. That's identical to this. Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to take you through a home out in Banning-Lewis. It actually just dropped from $315 to $289, and they're going to give you special financing if it's FHA or VA, and on top of that, they will also cover closing costs. So let me know what you think. Okay, so it's a 2-story. So right when you walk in, you got the stairs. You have a bedroom down here on the main level. And then you have this nook right here for your crawl space. And then you have a half bath. Water main shut off in there, and then some storage. And then you have a 2-car garage this way. And like I showed you before, the garage would come out into like the alleyway with the rest of the homes, but the home itself wouldn't be facing anything. So you go upstairs onto the second floor. You got your washer and dryer here. So that will go. 2 bedrooms that way. And then you have your living area. So it's 1,000 square feet. It is smaller, but I just kind of wanted to show you the comparison of like what it looks like for $300,000 for something brand new, as opposed to if you guys get something that needs some work and some sweat equity. All the appliances come with it. That's another plus. This be one of the bedrooms, and then lights weren't on in this guy, but as you can see, a full bath. And then you have your primary and master right here. And then you also have a full bath in there. So again, let me know what you guys are thinking. Since it is new construction, there will be a rep there, obviously, to help out, but they will be helping the seller. So make sure you reach out to someone like myself or a real estate professional so they can go aid you in this process. My information is on the screen. If you're interested, shoot me a call, shoot me a text, or give me an email. And if you want to know more about the Oakwood Homes or just any other new construction in Colorado Springs, shoot me a message.